All right, we're all set up.
That's an ACO world, which Mike
Yeah.
is
Yes.
Mike is super familiar. The co-host, my co-host Mike, is super familiar with the ACO and the way that they ran. He was like their conferences are a little different than ours, but he was like a conference director for a couple years.
Yeah.
He was a regional director for a lot of years. And he was a pro in the ACO as well. So
Yeah, I was an ACO born and bred, man, back in the day.
Poor guy.
Now I'm just like a homeless kid. Can't find a home.
I-
Yeah, here with you, Rob. Congratulations,
The
Mike
CCL, baby. The CCL.
Bird.
Hey, this is a nice home, kid. We got 4 bedrooms, 3
Yeah.
baths. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Laura would live here. Laura would live
I bet
here.
you want Laura to live there. You'll be like, Mike,
Oh, no.
keep your ass in North Carolina. Only room for one.
No.
Hey, man. What's up, fellas? This is Mike, and that's Rob, and this is the Sticky Side. We are back with another riveting, exciting episode. What's going on, Rob?
Not much, Mike. It's
Hey, man. you
Florida
know.
weather is again. It's bipolar, and today it didn't get over 60 degrees. So I'm out here again in a freaking sweatshirt and jeans. It's really starting to tick me off. I need spring.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at your studio back there, and maybe if you put some insulation between those studs, you.
I didn't say it was cold where I am. I just said it's cold
Uh,
in Florida.
Oh,
It's
it's-
cold we don't do insulation in Florida. We don't need it.
I'll
Keep
tell
the
you,
heat out.
it's freezing here. It's cold. It's been, I mean, I don't know, 2 weeks in a row now. Well, we had like some points where it got 60 right after snowstorms. Then it's back cold.
I got
again.
you. So here's my question. Why
Yeah.
does Laura look so down? I don't like the look. I'm missing a smile. What are you okay?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you the story. I'm gonna tell the story. Okay, so the other night,
Man.
we're sitting on the couch in the living room watching TV. The Duke Carolina game's about to come on, right? So
Oh, no.
I'm talking shit to all the Carolina fans because I'm a big Duke fan.
You're a
And one
big
of my
dookie.
friends,
Yeah.
right, he sends me a video of him dancing to the Carolina, talking about, oh, yeah, Carolina, this is how we do it. He's shooting jumpers in the video. So Laura's like, let me see that. And so I pulled it up. And at the same time, I'm sitting on the couch, no shirt on, I'm looking all like, bleh, and so she sends the picture to their female chat. And that picture gets used as ammunition in our guy chat today. And let me tell you, we are brutal. We are brutal in that guys chat.
Well,
I mean,
how
who
the hell did
needs
it get to the
friends?
guys
Who
chat?
needs enemies when you got friends like us that constantly talk shit about each other? So it got
How did
used
that get
against
from
me.
the female chat to the guy chat as ammunition. Laura, did you do that? Come on.
And I'm not done with this story.
I sent
There
it to
she
the
is.
female chat because, like, that's what we do,
Because you were proud, right?
We
I mean, you
were-
had this dude.
we started the girl chat to make fun of our boyfriends in the guy chat while they're being idiots in the guy chat. So as they're being idiots in the guy chat during the game, I'm like, this is how idiotic it's getting. So that's when I took the picture of his friend in the video and Michael laughing at the video, and I sent it to the girl chat, and we're like, oh my god, they're so gay, ha ha ha. And then
Nothing wrong with being gay, by the way,
I
to
was-
anybody listening to gay.
stabbed in the back by one of the girls in the girl chat, and she fed that picture to her boyfriend, who in turn
Used it on me and dropped the mic and left. But anyway, here's what we're going to do, right? They don't
Uh-oh.
listen to this podcast, so I know they won't hear this. So I told Laura, look, I want them to think that we broke up over this. So,
Oh, no.
oh yeah, he already feels bad that he showed it. So I'm like, I'm going to rub this in their face. They're going to learn off this one. So,
Oh, my goodness.
yeah, so I wrote in the guys' chat. I was like, well, that was it. We're done. And then I just went silent. And so I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till maybe a little later on. I'm going to throw a couple more seeds in there. And
Oh, my God.
yeah, I'll break the news to them maybe in a couple of days. Be like, I
Well, that
got
doesn't
you.
explain why Laura looks so down.
I think
and,
she's
like,
really
what's
pissed.
going on? Are you
I think
all right?
she's really pissed.
Oh.
Yeah.
it's just one more thing on the list of reasons Mike hates me.
She's insane. No, she's a great producer. Look at her. She's sitting here doing her job.
She's here working
Yeah.
hard.
Right. So I'm just trying to sit over here and make sure the computer doesn't burst into flames, but I can't make any promises while I'm over here.
It might burst into tears. I mean, you look so sad. You're going to make the computer sad. Come on.
Not sad. She doesn't look sad. She just looks down. I don't want her to be down. I like making her smile. That's one of my favorite things.
Well, we're going to make her smile with this episode of Hammered. We got Mr. Jeff Richburg in the house.
This ain't hammered, man.
Did I say hammered
it's never
again?
Hammered.
God. Well, hammered will make you laugh.
Are you hammered? Hammered would make her laugh.
I'm working on it. Let's give it a go. It's not dry January
he's
anymore.
about to get hammered.
Jeff, what's going on? We got ACO
February.
director, Mr. Jeff Richburg in the house on the sticky side. But check out Hammered on Night Dining Productions. What's up, man?
Oh, not much. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Been awesome. So, I want to introduce you properly. The Southeast Conference director of the American Cornhole League. The Southeast Conference covers Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. Jeff, you're from Mississippi, and you got a local cornhole group over there. You started
about 3 years ago.
About 2 years ago on the regional level. 3 years ago. That was you started on the local level, right, and moved on up to the regional level. And
we had nobody, so I started as a regional director.
Good deal.
So
moved on, and this year was your first year as the conference director in the Southeast Conference. You had your first event, right? And I know you were accustomed to running regionals with somewhere around 125 people in a day, or maybe sometimes over 2 days. Tell me what it was like for your first event in the Southeast Conference. Tell me how that kind of overwhelmed you a little bit.
It was it was real stressful leading up to it. But once we sat down and got everybody going, it really wasn't that bad. The ACL software did a great job. We hardly had any delays because of the software. So everything ran smooth, and in our opinion, we were extremely happy with our first one. No doubt. We learned some things. We always try to learn and do what's better for the players. We want to put the players first. So we look forward to the next one.
Yeah, and you tentatively have that scheduled early April. Is that right?
Right now, it's on the books, but it's not. April 1st through 3rd. We've got 2 venues that we are talking with, and a third one may slipped in this afternoon. So that date is not for sure, but it will be one weekend in April for sure. So I'm trying to narrow that down. As you know, it's very difficult finding venues with 35, 40, 45,000 square foot. That's been the biggest thing, is trying to find venues.
How many players do you have at your events?
Well, the first conference we had in Andalusia, Alabama, at the Kiwanis Club, we had 362 total players, which was phenomenal. We had no clue. We were sort of expecting 300, and hoping for more, of course. But we were very pleased with 362 players. My regionals, we're probably averaging 125 to 130 so far this year through our first 5.
Wow.
We've got some we're North Mississippi. I don't know if y'all know, they're big ACO country, so we've got to do some converting.
What's that stand for? ACO? I'm not even
I don't
sure
know
what that
what
stands for.
I'm not sure.
Just kidding, Mike. You can tell us all about it if you want to, but
hey, I'm a neutral man here. I got no problems with anybody. I actually went to Mississippi and played an ACO major back in was it 2015, I believe.
That was probably in Tupelo.
Me too.
Yeah,
Was it Tupelo or Tupelo?
I think it was Tupelo. I know the Australians came for that one. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was That was such a good time, no doubt. That was
Yeah.
that wasn't the one that was outside, right? That was the one they finally put inside in the sports complex,
Yeah,
right?
it was inside in the
Yeah.
sports complex. Yeah.
That was 2000. That might have been 2017 then, because 2016 was outside, still really close in downtown. I want to say it might have been Tupelo, but it might have been an even smaller town in Mississippi, because I was there, and that's when Anthony Rule, I think he finished second to Jamie Graham in the finals in singles, and Matt Guy was there, by the way. So I mean,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah, I think you're
So
right.
everyone
I
went.
think that was 2017.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. It was a good time though. It was a really good time. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Jeff, with the regionals being 150, and you said you had 360 up at the conference, so it really wasn't much of a switch, because just like you said, the ACL software is incredible these days, where it doesn't really cause any delays. It doesn't, and we gotta. I mean, you guys had tablets on every court, so you got to gather a lot of data for guys even in the novice division. Did you have them using the
We
bag
had-
tracker?
Yes, all 54 courts we use Bag Tracker. So we got a lot of good numbers. A lot of people were bumped afterwards because we
I bet.
probably had 40 or 50 players that had never played in an ACL event. They had called me all week, trying to decide how to sign up, how to create an account. So we had a lot of players that just had never played. So, and of course, a lot of those players, when they start out down low. So
No doubt.
as directors, we hear the griping from the players that play all the time.
There.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
So,
Now, we've had a couple of national directors on. We had Dave Weiser, and we had a guy from the American Cornhole Organization, Ryan LaBelle. So those guys, they taught us a little bit about what it's like at that national level. But at this conference level, talk a little bit about what it takes to plan such an event, especially in a situation where it's your first one and you really didn't have an idea because of the way the league has been growing over the past years. With that first event, you really don't have an idea. I know from experience of what you're going to get from each of our 4 states. Tell me what it was like planning that kind of stuff. Even just trying to find, I want a director's point of view of what it's like, even building the prizes, for each division, and gaining some of the smaller sponsorships and stuff like that. Tell us what some of that planning has been like for you.
I feel like it's been a whirlwind since, I guess, I found out in September. I got a phone call, so I was like, okay, I'll try this. And since then, I felt a lot of pressure to find venues, and that's been my biggest thing, is finding venues. Of course, we want to spread it out. My philosophy, and just like probably the ACL, we want to spread our events out so it gives all the players opportunities to be able to play. And that's been my plan with all my regionals. I don't stay in one location. I probably have 4 to 5 locations every year that I run my regionals. And I believe in my things are, that's why my numbers are up. So I want to do the same thing with the conference. I'd like to have one in every state, every 2 years. We could have an event in each state, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Now, that may not work out. But my goal was the first 2 years, I'd like to have one in all 4 states, and then see how that works, look at the numbers, and see if we can grow from there. But, the biggest thing is finding venues. I go back to that, but that has consumed my time. I've been on the telephone talking cold calling these big venues. It's just not many venues out there that has 40,000 square foot that's not going to charge you $10,000-$15,000. So
looks like you're in a venue right now. What?
This is in my front yard.
That's your front. What is that? One of those old? No, that's not a tent. That's a structure. Yeah,
it's a gym.
A gym.
We started out having our regionals here. It holds about 8 courts, and we've outgrown it.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's been difficult on the regional side. I've found 2 or 3 more venues this year to help. We did have two regionals here. I had 8 courts, and I've got another building that holds another 5. And then if it's good weather, we can put some outside. But we're outgrowing this venue for sure. So we do some weekly stuff here in the wintertime, and the guys like it. It goes back to being like backyard cornhole. You know, it's just, we just have a good time. Everybody feels at home.
Well, you got a spot like that at your house. That means you're good as hell too, then, huh?
No.
You should be practicing all the time.
The only time I throw a bag is when I put a tournament on. Whether it be local or regional, that's about the only time I throw a bag. You know, I have a job. I have another job, so I stay real busy.
But the thing is, when you're a cornhole tournament director, your real job is basically your second job, and it interferes with your cornhole job. And that's just the way it is. I was like, thank God my job's not that tedious where I have to pay attention like 8 hours a day. You know, I can get kind of like 6 hours of cornhole directing work in every day. Oh, wait, I just said that on a podcast. I'm about to cut that out because I still work for them. They're going to be like, oh.
I mean, the truth is, though, right? You know, these director positions aren't exactly compensated positions, right? They're pretty much voluntary, right? You put your name in a hat and you hope that maybe you'll get picked, or maybe you put your name in a hat and hope you don't get picked, but you did it just to have it on your resume that I applied. So, you know, this is a place where it's voluntary, but yet you can see this thing taking, you know, 50 hours a week sometimes because of all those calls that you got to make and all the players that you really have to deal with, along with, you know, being in the conference position, you got to deal with those regional guys around the entire conference. And that's a lot, you know what I mean? So talk about those kind of hours that you put in.
Yeah, my phone, the week of the conference, I'm guessing, I don't know, 100 to 150 players reached out to me at some point, just asking. And that's probably, a lot of those players were new. You know, they didn't know. So I get it. It's time consuming, but I enjoy it. Right now, you know, 3 years from now, no. But right now, I do enjoy it. My wife helps me, Angela, and she does a phenomenal job with the software. And we had a lot of help. John Smith helped us run the conference event with the software, and he is really good with the tablets as well as the brackets. And he understands, you know, he understands where to put the players and how the brackets are moving. If one's moving slower than the other, we can add courts to that bracket to try to keep it caught up if we're not too far down. So it was nice working with John. He did a really good job. And of course, James Hill helped us set up and tear down. He's with Whole Shot Cornhole there in where is that at? He has a lot of his regionals in Andalusia, but he's actually in Florida.
Yeah, he's in over there in Pensacola area. Because he's stationed over there at that base. Yep, Navarre. Yep.
Yep. So they were close, so they helped me out the first one. And I I don't plan to ever run a conference by myself. We'll always have some help. I think it's just too much for, my wife and I to run it alone. So
how many? So it's Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana in it too?
No,
Alabama and Georgia.
Alabama and Georgia. Okay.
Yeah. We have about, let's see, we have about 20 regional directors in those 4 states. Alabama, we need 2 or 3 more in Alabama. We only have 1 right now. So there's a lot of room for growth there. And we only have 2 in Mississippi. Well, I'll take that back. We have 3 in Mississippi, but 1 is not hosting tournaments right now. So we're going to have to do better over here as well. North Mississippi's tough. That territory. It's tough.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Rob, you might know the answer to this. I don't know. Maybe you might know it too, Jeff. Out of all the conferences in the country for the ACL, which one has the most directors? Regional directors.
Directors. Now that's a great question. I'm not sure of that.
I don't know either.
Seems like there's hundreds of directors in the ACL.
I would say Southeast is probably one of the top 2 or 3. And I would say the West Coast with California and Arizona. That's just a guess, though. I don't know.
Well, I would think that the Carolina Conference might have a bunch too, and also the mid. What do they call that? The Mid Ohio or the Ohio Valley or whatever it's called. Because Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Kentucky, they got a bunch of regional directors in those areas too. So
I don't know. I do know the Southeast Conference has the most pros out of all the conferences. So it's a really tough playing field if you come to one of our conferences.
God, man, I see people on my Facebook feed, because I friend all the cornhole players. Anybody that's got like 100+ mutual friends, and I see a bag in their hand, I'm like, friend request. We're going to get them on the sticky side. But so in turn, I see a lot of videos on my Facebook feed of people I don't know, and it's like everybody making incredible shot after incredible shot. Nobody missing a bag, and I'm like, okay, who's this person? Okay, yeah, that's somebody that would whoop my ass in a blind draw if I went there to his hometown. Yeah, that's another person that would get me. Yep. There's players all over the country now. It's ridiculous how good everybody is.
And that's the growth of the game, man. Yeah. That's the incredible growth of the game everywhere. The American Cornhole League is, I believe, the reason for that. I mean, it's just unbelievable the exposure that we've been able to get, throughout all the different networks that we've been on over the past 2 years, and the growth of this game is just unbelievable. So that's why you're seeing that, and I don't like it either. Just so you know.
These people are whooping your ass too, right?
Of course.
Jeff, how long have you been around, man? Go ahead, Rob.
Dude, I started this 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Okay.
2000. So.
So this brings me to my point. You just started 3 years ago. So 3 years ago is when I kind of took my break. I took a break in 2017 and tried to come back this year, but I ran into some issues with this old ass body I got, so I got to take care of those. Then I'm gonna get it back going. But anyway, so back when I was a commissioner and a certified official with the ACO, we had maybe when it first started the country commissioners, there was maybe 8 of us, Rob, or
right?
Yeah, and it was easy to remember all the certified officials. I mean, you could just pretty much name them all off, because there was so few of them.
There was 2 or 3 in Florida all together. There was Davis, there was me. Yeah. I don't even know if there was anybody else.
Yeah, Ryan Schwartzkopf, right?
I don't think he ever did any. I don't think he ever actually did any events. I think he might have been a certified official, but I don't know if he ever did any events.
Oh.
So, but that's what I mean. So there are two, maybe 3 in Florida, and in Georgia, what they have 1,
Yeah.
They might have had one. They had what's his name? Dustin.
Well, North
The
Carolina.
guy from the Macon, or no, where's he from? Not Macon, but kind of like remember he was right on the border of Augusta. That's where he was from.
No,
The kid in Augusta.
I mean, I'm sure if you say
Yeah,
his name, I'll be like, yeah, that dude. I remember him. But
Right.
In North Carolina at the time, it was just like me, Chris Clark, and Ryan LaBelle. And LaBelle was like
Isn't
South
that crazy?
Carolina. Yeah, and he would go back and forth. And just the growth now, like I was lucky to find a venue where I could put 3 boards in, like a little sports
Right.
bar. I'd put 3 courts in there, and we would move the pool table if we had the pool table jack. And oh God, we could get 4. We could get 4 in there.
Yep.
We were having us a regional, but.
And you ran from 10 to 10, though. I mean, you ran a long time.
Well, especially when
You know,
they started bringing in these other divisions, like the seniors division, the women's, and the juniors. Then we were like, oh, shit, that's another like hour added to the tournament, if not an hour and a half, 2 hours. And now
Right.
you're sitting over here talking about 160 people at your regionals, 130, whatever the number was. It was crazy. And you can't even run a regional with 8 courts. The growth,
yeah.
man. It's crazy.
Saturday we had over 150, and I had I couldn't get but about 20 sets set up. So
That's crazy.
we ran
That's
through
crazy.
it.
Do you run everything? Do you run singles, doubles, and blind draw, or do you run
I run,
some other divisions of stuff?
we have time for singles, doubles, and blind draw. Most of the time in singles we run 4 divisions.
Okay.
Double, we normally run 3 divisions and leave the novice out and make them play up. And we'll either run 2 or 3 blind draws. We actually ran 4 blind draws Saturday with 150 players.
Well,
Holy moly.
I'm curious. What's the PPR on a novice player average out to be?
Ooh, novice player. You're looking at between, the top 3 are going to be between 5.5 and 7. And that's because the 7 slipped up in there and was his first event. So actually the novice player this weekend won with a 6.55.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd be right there with him. Yeah, that's what I'm at.
I think my year to date is about a 6 point, like right under 7, like 6.98. I think my year to date is.
I'm
But
actually.
I'm telling you, man, we just had a regional in Florida. It was just down in the East Coast Beach Baggers. They ran their regional. They had probably 135. They had 40 in the advanced division, and there were probably 7 or 8 pros there, but they had 40 in the advanced singles division. And they ran that daggum thing probably till 11:30 because they did all 3 singles, doubles, and blind draw. And they only had maybe 13 sets of boards set up.
Yeah.
So, those things, they go forever when you don't have board space.
If you don't have board space, that's normally what we did Saturday. We had planned on, I've been having a lot of requests for co-ed. So we started the co-ed because we ran it last, of course. We started it about 9:30, 9:45. But we had 20 teams play it. So we had 40 players play co-ed.
Wow.
Late Saturday night.
That's nice though. I mean, people love that. They love the opportunity to play.
Yes.
It's a lot of couples.
They just love
There was a
throwing
lot of
bags.
spouses playing.
Yeah.
We had father-daughters playing, brothers and sisters playing. I think it's real unique because a lot of times they don't get to play with each other.
Oh, that sounds like something they need to handle in the bedroom, not on the cornhole court.
Hey, watch out.
Hey. I've never been fortunate. I can never get a lady to partner up with me for a co-ed tournament. It's like I scared them. Like I got Laura, but she can't even pay attention to me when I'm playing. Look,
she'll be happier playing with me. So.
Oh my God, that sounded so bad, Rob Chismark.
It's just more fun,
I hope your wife's not listening. It throws a lot better than you, by the way. So.
She's right on the other side of this wall, so she is listening.
So she's
got her
everything.
ear to the wall with a glass. I hope so.
All right, I'm done with that. Go ahead.
You're stupid. So, you said you had 4 or 3 venues that were vying for the opportunity to have the second Southeast Conference. Where are they? I know you said something about Macon, and you said maybe Andalusia again. And
yeah,
what was the third?
I can go back to Andalusia, but I pretty much can use that venue when it's available. Is what they told me, but I'm trying to get to Macon, Georgia for the next one. And I've been in contact with them for 3 or 4 weeks, and now I'm dealing with the city to try to come off of, the price tag. It's just outrageous what the larger venues really want.
No doubt.
It's just not easy. So we'll see what we can do. And I haven't had time to really go out and find sponsorships, so to speak, to maybe help with some of the cost. But, if I ever get time, I will try to do that.
Just add a few
Sounds
more
like
hours to the week. That's all it takes.
It's exciting work over there. I can just tell that you love it.
You work on, you come home at 5 o'clock and you start doing cornhole duties.
Well, look, so this weekend there's a big event going on in Vegas. You got the is this the first national of the year, Rob?
It is.
So who's the big dog from the
Yes,
ACL
yep, sure
Southeast Conference? Is there a big dog from that conference going up there that's going to take it all?
There's a few big dogs in the Southeast Conference.
There's probably about 6
at least. There's at least. Of course,
Right.
Trey Hunt had the singles in Andalusia at our first conference. And boy, those matches are crazy when you get to the end watching those guys play. They're phenomenal. And of course, we have to deal with Trey Hunt all the time at our regionals. I don't know. He has not lost a regional, a Central Mississippi Cornhole regional in a long time. If he plays in ours, it seems like he wins every time.
All right,
That's
Jeff,
awesome.
I'm going to put you on the spot, man. Who are the top 6 players in your conference? So I'm going to say Trey Hunt's number 1, right?
Well, I guess he can hold that spot since he won the first conference, I guess. You got Tanner Halbert. I mean, he's tough. Of course, Cheyenne. That's 3. Alex Rawls. And this is not in order. I mean, this is just
You're going to get all kinds of hate mail now because of the way you ordered them.
you put me on a spot.
I know.
You're welcome.
Rob said 6. There's a lot more than 6. Golly, past 4. I mean, yeah, you can get into the Kyle Malones and, Kyle and Cody won the doubles.
Yeah. Kyle's one of them OG guys, man. I've known him for a long time. He goes.
He left out Noah Wooten. I mean, Noah's not going to like that.
Oh no, he's a friend of the show.
If I mention the Cobbs, what do you think they're going to do to me?
I didn't hear you mention them yet, so I'm waiting for that.
Well, just those names you mentioned right there, man. Those are some big baggers. Like I know Kyle from back in the day. Kyle's no slouch. And to be named so far down, it's like shocking to me. But then you've got Halbert. Halbert's.
I mean, we've got over 40 pros in the conference.
Yeah.
So I mean, from top to bottom, it's so difficult to finish in the top, 4 or top 8, however you want to call it.
Well, those Rule
hear all
brothers
them
are
Florida
pretty good
players,
too.
though? Did you hear all them Florida players you mentioned?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I was like, where's the Rule brothers at, man? Don't they go in that list?
Yep.
I think
they go in there as well.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun little event. I wish I could go to Vegas, man. I kind of just want to up and go and just say screw it and I looked at the
Do it.
format. So I've never been to an ACL National. What's the format? So I know open anybody can play, right? You just got to have a membership.
Right.
So at a national, this is just for what, the pros?
Only the pros. Yep. Pros and the PDC.
The PDC,
So
which stands
Yep.
for what again?
a pro development couple. Pro development something.
Yeah, we should do our. I thought you knew the answer to that, Mr. ACL.
I thought I did too.
Wait a second, we got
Stands for
two ACL directors here, and both of y'all.
It stands
didn't
for
know the
Pro
answer.
Development C.
Council, commission.
Yeah. Championship.
Yeah,
People.
I don't know. You don't know the answer, do you, Jeff?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Now, Stacey Moore's gonna listen to this. Y'all boys need to do your homework.
Reach that link. I don't even know what that event is called.
It's
So I
called
take
the
it-
kickoff battle. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Oh man.
My goal was to average about a 9 PPR, and 9's just not going to cut it. If you don't average 10 nowadays, you're not going to make it very far, it seems.
Ooh, that's crazy
Yeah.
too, man. That's crazy.
When you see them guys averaging 10 over the whole course of a tournament, that's crazy how good the players have gotten.
Yeah. I mean, the shots with the evolution of the roll bag and the way the bags have evolved from 2011 to 2022, it is crazy. It's definitely an offensive person's game now. I mean, you don't have to throw the bag. Like a couple episodes ago, we had Ryan LaBelle on, and I don't know if you know Ryan LaBelle, but he's the ACO director that's been around the longest. You talk to anybody in the ACL and you mention Ryan LaBelle's name, they'll probably say, "Oh yeah, I've heard of him. I know of him." Because especially most of the pros, because Ryan started out as the main tournament director. I call him the godfather of tournament directors. But anyway, he said on our show that back in the day, the bags were so, big and pillow-like that you had to throw straight. Your bag had to go up the middle in the hole or it would clog if you were off just a little to the right or left. But you watch some of these videos of the bags nowadays, and it looks like the bag is going to go to the right of the hole and past it, but it'll stop, and then the lip will come into the hole, and then all of a sudden it starts that slow fall and just falls right in, And that has made a lot of players better, man. To this day,
Gosh.
I would love to see the top players in the ACL play with those pillow bags just once. I want to see how their PPR changes.
Oh, no doubt.
It would be fun. It would be a fun tournament, man, just to show. But the top players would still be the top players with them bags. It would just be lower PPRs, I think.
No doubt.
Yeah. I just shocked Chismark. Look, he's speechless. I've never made Chismark speechless on this show. He's speechless right now.
I'm not speechless at all. I mean, the fact of the matter is, PPR would definitely go down. But you said the same thing. I mean, your very next statement is the top players are still going to be the top players. Matt Guy is still going to figure out how to make himself great.
Yeah.
He's still. I mean, his 11-1 might turn into an 8-9, but he's still going to be the guy at the top.
Did you see he made, was it 28 airmails in a row the other day, that video?
He's disgusting. I don't even know what to tell you.
Did
you see him throw the 4-bag airmail? He threw 4 bags all at the same time, and they all went in the hole.
So was that a real video
Airmail?
or a camera trick? I looked at it
was a
3
real
times,
video.
and I was like, wow, that's
Yep,
sick.
That was a real video. That's what he does. He just
Sits around the house.
does.
How can I make these bags look amazing? I don't know who's better at it, him or Jay Rubin, man. But
I mean, Jay just keeps making them. I don't know that Jay can throw 4 in a row. Have we had Jay on yet? Have we had Jay on?
Yeah, we had Jay on.
Yeah, we had Jay on.
Yeah. And speaking of that, we got invited to go to Chicago.
Oh, that's right.
My man Rob Beverly, he's turning 41. He invited us to go up there for his party. So he's got a lot of big name players going up there. I wish I could go, man, but
What is this stuff that you wish? What do you need, a genie or something?
I
What the hell's
do. I
going
need
on?
a genie. I need a rubber.
There she is. She's right there. I dream of Laura. Wait, I mean Jeannie. I dream of Jeannie.
Oh, it sure would be fun to go.
She's not even smiling. This is terrible.
It is.
My life is not even where I thought it was, man. I can't even make her smile. I'm sad. I'm so sad.
You're doing great, Rob. I appreciate you.
Oh, no.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
All right, where were we?
So we were so with so January was Directors Month. We couldn't get Jeff on then. It was a little bit crazy. The Southeast Conference, it finally, you were able to kind of put that thing to bed. The first one, it was fun. It was incredible. Did you see any surprises in the Southeast Conference? What was the biggest surprise for you that came out of the Southeast Conference? And then I'll tell you what mine was after you talk.
Biggest surprise. I don't know if I saw any big surprises. Are you going to have to remind me? You put me on the spot.
So for me, the biggest surprise was, I like to call this lady the sharpshooter, since they call her husband the sniper. But watching Mrs. Hunt come through that division and just shoot lights out all weekend long. I think she was in the finals of blind draw. I think she was deep in the finals of singles, and I think she did pretty well in doubles as well. So just watching Mrs. Hunt work her way through that division was pretty daggum incredible for me. That was my biggest surprise.
And she's on the watch list. Making the move to the advanced level. She walked away with our singles division this weekend in competitive.
Nice.
At our conference. So she's coming around. She's really good, and she can compete. She's good. So she did play up in the advanced blind draw. I don't know how she did, but I did look at her PPR, and it was good. So she's getting there. She don't play as much as Trey, but Laurel is good.
She's good.
No,
it was fun to watch. It was really fun. There was a couple. I mean, Kyle and Cody kind of surprised me too. I kind of expected something a little different in doubles, but watching them do what they did, that was pretty surprising, and it was awesome to watch them win, because they had just made a bag switch and just a bunch of stuff had come their way that they didn't expect this year, and they were able to take it in stride and take down doubles championship in the advanced division.
I wouldn't call it a surprise to me, but I know with the bag switch right there at the game time, basically, and they lost their first game. They lost the day. And from what I remember, I think they were down in the second game and was about to be put out until they found their. And then they went on a run, and just they pulled it out. Congrats to them.
Unbelievable.
So, I guess they had a never die attitude. They didn't quit.
Well, why was there a bag switch?
Go ahead.
Back factors. They went with they're with Sure Shot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are now. Yep. They were with Tampa Bay Cornhole, and then there was some pretty controversial stuff that came up, and now Tampa Bay Cornhole is not a manufacturer in the pro or advanced division right now, or at least in the pro division for sure right now. So they had to make a switch, and like right in the middle of, they'd just gotten used to it. They were just winning with everything they had, and then all of a sudden they had to make this switch, and so they were kind of free agents for probably 30 days or so. And then they found something that they wanted to go with, and Sure Shit was their choice, and here they are, taking care of business.
Oh no, not
controversy. I think it surprised Kyle actually a little bit that they won, just because of the situation, like you said, losing their first game and then having to battle back that way. I think it kind of surprised Kyle that they were there. So it was really neat to see.
It was good. I was happy for them. So.
Wow, man, cornhole's like soap operas. There's controversy. The bag manufacturer is no longer allowed in the ACL Pro division. Got to go shopping for another maker. Man, I remember when it was just grab some bags and go with it.
It's worse than soap operas. You're crazy.
Oh, man.
Soap operas are scripted. This stuff here ain't scripted. So you got to – it's crazy.
Woo. I'm so glad I'm not a part of that life, man. I mean –
not that bad. It's not that
You'll
bad.
Be back.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
No, man. I don't know. I'm happy, man. I'm happy just sitting here talking to you on this podcast. I'm holding like 5 bags right now, and I'm just looking at each bag and how they're different. You know, I got like some Game Changers to flex, some Reynolds bags, and just and by the way, actually, bag manufacturers out there, if you want to have your product on the sticky side and let us promote it for you, please send us some free merch, and we will definitely hook that up.
I like it.
I like my Jeep hat, but I will definitely wear your hat if you want to send me one.
Yep.
I've even got some
That's
board.
my new.
Yeah. Huh?
That's my new thing. I'm gonna wear my stuff until somebody decides, hey, I'd really like to see my stuff on. I'd like to see my stuff on a sticky side. So
I mean, look,
I do have that elevate cornhole hat. He definitely he definitely reached out to us, Stephen Parr. So. Yep, look at that Boardman stuff. Gotta love that, without a doubt. Man.
Represent Rob over there. Yeah, so
sometimes, right?
Just throw that out there.
Where'd you get those bags from? Where did you get them from? How long have you had them?
I got them at the Spencer McKenzie thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these were the ones you had over there for.
Does it have the Spencer McKenzie logo on it?
It says Throwdown.
Yeah. Yep.
You won't be able to see it.
So those still have suede on them, though. I put them. Yep. I made those with suede.
Yeah, these are suede.
We don't even make a suede bag now.
Oh, so these are antiques then.
They are. They're
put them
vintage.
in a case and put them on display.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Some of these people on Facebook have the craziest cornhole bag collections, man. And
it's nuts.
You look at the price. So this bag right here. This flex put out by Lucky Bags, okay? Didn't you guys see it? Okay.
Yeah, I can.
For 4 of these cost me like $115. That's like
wow
to include the shipping. This right here back in the day was $40 if you met in person, or if you shipped them, it was like $50.
Nope.
Oh, over $100. And I'm looking at
90.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of these collections on Facebook, and I'm like, God, this dude's got 100 sets of 4 times 100. Good God. What's the math on that? Multiple thousands of dollars.
10 grand. 10 grand. 100 times 100, 10 grand.
Bro, whose wife is letting them buy that many cornhole bags unless she's
that dude's
buying
single.
them too? Yeah.
That dude's single. That dude was single. Don't worry about it.
Wow. The cornhole bag market is crazy, man. It's crazy.
Jeff, do you have a collection of bags, or do you just collecting big equipment, boards, and score towers these days?
Jeff's over there like, shut up, don't ask me that, because I got 100 sets.
I've got 2 or 3 sets, and that's
all
it. I have.
Damn. That's impressive, being a tournament director.
I mean, the truth is you can't throw more than 4 at a time.
Yeah. No, I've got Viper and some sure shots. And I got some old Game Changers over there that I used to throw. I've got some old Reynolds I used to throw. I don't have a whole lot really. I'll carry 2 or 3 sets with me when I go, but all my money is sunk in boards, tablets, and score towers.
Yeah. Man.
Boards, tablets, and score towers. It's so different for a director compared to a player, though. And the type of equipment they have in their trailer.
Look at this bag, Rob. I'm not going to give the matter of fact. Well, I'll hide the logo, but look. I don't know if you can see it. See that? What does it say?
Geez, I can't. Can't even read it from here.
Really?
Oh, it says hammered.
Hammered.
There we go.
Yeah,
Hammered.
representing my other
That's
podcast.
what you call us anyway. That's what you call us anyway. I mean, what the hell?
Hey, I see a set of sticky side bags, man. You know?
Oh yeah.
You need the board man.
I'm gonna get
needs
some
to
made.
make some.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some made, and I'm gonna start throwing them all the time, so people look at them and be like, "What's this?" And then I get to tell them about it.
Yeah, you know, you put the logo, the faces on the slick side, and then you put the sticky side on the sticky side.
I can't put them on the slick side.
Huh?
I can't put them on the slick side.
You can't put
Boy,
the faces on it?
sticky.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I can put the faces on it. They got to be on the sticky side with the whole thing.
I'm looking at the
Come
print
on,
on
man.
some of these bags, man, and they're on the slick side, like the print.
I can print on both sides, so I ain't worried about it.
It doesn't matter. It just needs to
wanna
look
know me?
good. It doesn't need to perform well, Rob.
Oh,
It's all good.
dude, it's us. It's us. It's gonna look great.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. I had somewhere else I wanted to go with this, but I just drew a blank again.
Oh my God, this guy's old.
God, I'm telling you, it sucks. Look, I'm sitting here right now. So the reason why I can't play cornhole right now is because I got a pinched nerve in my shoulder. So I don't know if you ever had a pinched nerve, Jeff, but this shit hurts. Like, I'm on fire right now, and I'm just sitting here sucking this up.
Does it cut off the circulation to your brain? Because it seems like
Man,
you ain't been able to
sometimes.
think.
Sometimes it makes me think better, though. I'm going to blame that empty glass I got right here for the brain cut off. But yeah, so
Jeff, have you ever done dry January? My buddy Mike, he did dry January. He didn't drink for the whole month of January. You ever done that, Jeff?
The whole month?
whole month.
Yeah, I'm
a
not
whole
a big.
month.
I'll drink occasionally. So I can probably say I've done a dry January because I just don't drink that often. So I probably.
Yeah, we would sit here during the month of January and do podcasts, and Rob's sitting over there with a big drink over there, you know, just teasing me
Usually
with it.
wine, though. It's wine, man.
It's
You don't
still
like
alcohol.
wine.
And Laura would have that. Laura's drinking water tonight while I'm sitting over here with
What
an
is she
empty
doing?
bottle.
Is it dry February? I mean, if there's any month you want to go dry, it's February.
Yeah, definitely. Only 28 days. But, hey, Rob, you got anything else, man? Go ahead,
man. I really want to thank you for coming on, Jeff. I appreciate it. We'll see what happens with the second conference, and maybe we'll get you on again. We don't like to feature directors too often. Most of the time, they're not super interesting, but we do appreciate you for being very interesting.
I thought
tonight.
you were interesting, Jeff. I don't know what Rob was saying.
I'm just saying, Jeff. I know you met plenty of directors that aren't very interesting. Come on now.
Oh no!
He's like, yeah, I'm talking to one.
Every director.
That was a good one.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, Mike over there. Mike, I told you, Mike used to be a damn director. Come on now, not every director.
Well, that was in another life. Another life. Well, I tell you what, let's wrap this one up, Jeff. Let's wrap it up, tie a bow on it, and call it episode. We appreciate you being on, man, and good luck with your future events out there, and hopefully I'll get to see you out there sometime.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Rob.
Thanks, Jeff.
We'll see you on the next episode of The Sticky Side.
Hey, throw them straight.
Thank you. Got my back. I love it. Bye.
Cause we all just wanna be cornhole stars saying keep hotels and driving beat up cars. The crowd gets crazy and the beers ain't cheap. We get drunk all day so we just don't eat. And we hang out at the local bar, throwing bags in the hole like we have it all.